Yo, guys, welcome. Let me move this a little bit so we're cool there. Yeah, welcome, guys. How's it going? Hope everyone's good. Welcome back to another live. How has everybody's weekend been? Yeah, let me get that out of the way. That bloody thing's showing again. One sec. Now that one. Right, get that browser out of the way. We don't want the circle. We don't want the circle showing all stream again. Right, yeah. How's it going, everyone? Welcome. Welcome. Good to see everyone here. Let me go through some of these comments really quickly. Let's see who's here, guys. Yeah, Charlie, welcome. Muslim Humor, welcome, mate. Deegs is here. Raul, welcome, bro. Darren, good to see you, mate. Paul, welcome, man. Welcome. Nate, Josh, how is everybody doing? Welcome to another stream. Yeah, it's August. New month. Let me just turn lights on really quickly. There we go. That's a little bit better. Yeah, new month, guys. New month, new goals. Hey, Joe, Clotty, Michael, how's it going? Welcome. Hey, Fave. Yeah, how's it going, Natalie? Good to see you here. Welcome. Juggy, welcome. Naz, everybody's here today. Welcome. Good work, everyone. Good to see everyone tuning in. And good to see that everyone's staying consistent, showing up every single day. It's what we want. Okay, so gold today. 1 second. Let me just go through some more of these comments if I miss any. No, I think we're good there. I think we're good. Yeah, new month, guys. It's August. August is always known as like a slow month in the market just because of, you know, the people take holidays in August. People go on holidays, you know, people who trade in banks who have all the liquidity and trade big size. They all go on holiday. Therefore, volume comes out the market. However, I just trade exactly the same. I don't change anything. I keep it the same. There's no need to change anything. If anything, like I say, for now, I'm just trading some combines. Okay? For now, I'm just going to be trading some combines. Just because, you know, start of the new month, if I can get some more combines passed in potentially poor conditions, which it doesn't matter to me because I trade exactly the same, then yeah, I've got some combines. But yeah, I'm going to be trading combines for today. I've already taken, another reason is I've already taken trades on my instant accounts, so I don't need to trade anymore on them. Like I say, they're up like 6,000 almost now across 3 of them. Well, one's up 7, 2 are up like 6,000. So like I say, I don't need to over risk on them. So I'm on some combines that are halfway up. You know, I need 3,000 to pass on 2 more 100k combines. So that's what I'm going to be trading on stream today. Like I say, I've already taken a trade this morning in London session. I took these nice half risk buys based off this level of support. You know, here, 1 second, bought off this level of support. As price took liquidity and closed bullish, I took longs. Okay. Ashton, how's it going, bro? Welcome to another stream. Good to see you here, mate. So yeah, that was the entry this morning for me. Basically, I took longs after this 30-minute candle, took liquidity of these lows, rejected the level and closed nice and bullish. This was telling me that, you know, gold's tried to push down. It's rejected off this level of prior resistance, now acting as support level. So this was enough for me to try along into these highs up here and into this structure above. I was basically targeting the daily candle flip all the way up here. And if we play it forward a few candles, you can see that price actually flew in to take profit. And it was all based off that rejection of the level. It basically, 1 second, this rejection here, rejected the level, closed bullish, taking some liquidity. Look, resistance, acting as support, and then smash TP of them daily highs up here. Okay, well, 30, 15-minute highs, but daily flip candle. Okay, so very clean trade there this morning. Overall, at 87 ticks. Okay, can't complain with that. Monday, August, beautiful. Okay, so what am I waiting for on gold now? I've already updated the Discord community members. with what I'm seeing on gold. Gold for me is a little bit of a waiting game here, okay? Reason being it's a bit of a waiting game is because look at what I had before. When price was down here, or when I took my long down here, look, I had all this area and range to target, okay? I had all this range above to target. So it was okay for me to start looking for buys down here because I had range to trade, okay? I had targets and I had range to look for trades down here. But look at this now. Gold has had this big push up. It's taken all my targets, okay? It's taken all my targets, and I've got no range now. I've got no range, I've got no targets. So it's harder work for me to try and long or short now because I've got no levels and I've got no areas to trade into. So all I'll be waiting for now is I'll be trading, for example, Nasdaq, and I'll be trading other pairs, but I'll be waiting for a little pullback. If it gives me a little pullback, that'll be perfect because that'll give me targets above, and I'll also have some targets below, like so. So if I can get a range, say here, once it pulls back a little bit, that pullback could happen in the next 15 minutes. Then I've got a range, then I've got targets. Until I get that pullback, I can't trade because I've got no range. I've got no targets. I need that pullback. I need that space. I need gold to let me know that it's had a little pullback. It's given me a range. Now it's ready to trade again. Down here, literally about an hour ago, it was in an area that I could look to trade because it had range to trade higher. Look at that. I had 100 ticks to trade. Decent range into them highs. Now there's no range. What do I trade into here? Nothing. So I'm going to be sticking to Nasdaq. I'm going to be sticking to Nasdaq for my trades, and I'm going to be looking at Nasdaq until gold can pull back, okay? And I've said that to the members, like, I'm not looking to trade here. Who's looking to trade up here? You know, retail traders are trying to catch longs up here because they've got FOMO, because they've missed this big move. And they'll have stops like this, they'll get taken out, they'll get chopped about. But retail traders are also trying to catch the top. They're trying to short. And what price will do is it'll take them out. They'll try to short again. It'll take them out. It'll try to short again. I don't want to try and catch 16, 20 losses before I can catch a win. No, I'd rather wait for the pullback. And the more high probability win is down here. Okay? The more high probability win is after the pullback. Once gold has taken out all the retail traders. Okay? And that's where I'm going to be looking to execute. Okay, so I'm not going to be looking to do anything just yet on gold. I'm going to stick to Nasdaq because Nasdaq looks the better out of the two pairs. Okay, what have I got on Nasdaq? Have I got a range? Yes, I do. Okay, I'm going to be looking for sells below here on Nasdaq. You can see, look to the left as well. Resistance, support. Nice range here for sells below. I think if I can get a sell below this level, I'm going to be looking to trade into these lows down here. Okay, I'm going to be looking to take out these lows down here and some structure to the left, okay? But mainly, I'm going to be looking to trade into this area down here. So a break below 22,916 is fine for me to start looking for them sells. In terms of buys, I'm going to see how it reacts from this level here. I'm going to see how it reacts from this level here at 22,916. And if it can react from this level, I may be able to take some half-risk buys within this overall range here on Nasdaq. Okay, but this is the range I'm watching. I do prefer sells because the sell targets are a lot cleaner. However, like I said, this is the range I'm watching, and they're the targets that I'm looking to trade. Mainly this level down here, okay? Mainly this level down here. You just took a sell on gold now for the pullback. There's nothing here. There's no confluence at all to tell me that gold's going to pull back here. That's why I don't like trying to catch tops and bottoms. I like to react to what market is doing. So if anything, I would have liked to have been going long here on the breakout. If anything, I'd have liked to have gone long here. But there was just no bottom wick on the 15 to get my entry. So I'm not one of them who has like a big area of interest and tries to catch reversals. A lot of the time, if you trade reversals and if you try to predict these huge moves on gold, like reversals, you know, you're going to have an attachment, an emotional attachment to the market. And what you'll tend to see is, okay, price will pull back, you'll buy here. Price will pull back, you'll buy here. Price will pull back, you'll buy here. Price will push down even more, you'll buy here. What is this? This is just pure emotional trading. You're not trading what's in front of you. Okay, what's the market telling me if it's all the way down here? It's telling me that it wants to push into these lows. It's not telling me that it wants to reverse here. It's not telling me that it wants to reverse. It's telling me that it wants to continue down and push into this liquidity. That happens when you're trying to catch these big reversals and you're trying to predict the market. Could price reverse here? Of course it could. But I'm not here to try and predict that. I'd rather just wait for the pullback and then trade with which direction it tells me to. Okay? So for me, guys, I'm going to be looking at this range here on Nasdaq for now. This is the only thing I'm really looking at. I'm not looking at gold. So I'm just going to be trading Nasdaq. And I'm going to be looking to trade into this structure down here. All right? You can sell to 63. I shorted at 70. Peeled 200 already. SL. Oh, nice, man. Yeah, nice, Indy. Yo, Zulu, how's it going, bro? Welcome, welcome. Let me have a look at some of these comments. Already halfway to 20 likes. Legend Eags. Yeah, guys, if you're new here, if you're new to the stream, I go live every single day in the US session. Drop me a subscribe, drop a like, and drop a comment. If you've got any questions, please let me know. Yeah, there's no targets really on gold. That's the main problem here. I mean, you buy or you sell. Where do you target? Like, I'm not long in here. Where would my stop loss have to be? Stop losses would have to be all the way down here to try and target these highs. It makes no sense. There's nothing yet. What does a pullback and a range do? A pullback and a range gives me levels to trade. It gives me targets. And it gives me valid entries and valid stop losses. Because if you're trying to buy or sell up here, you've got no valid entries. And you've got no valid stop loss and take profit. If you get the pullback and a breakout, well, you've got a valid stop loss because you've got a valid breakout. Okay? It makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, hashtag like. Nice one. Not hashtag exclamation mark like. But yeah. Nasdaq could be a lot better, in my opinion. How was everyone's weekend anyway? Everyone had a good weekend? I'm gonna pin that message. If anybody wants to join the mentorship, I've just pinned the Nightbot message. Join the Discord community. You can go through that link and you can sign up to the mentorship. Da, 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 da. But yeah, decent. A little breakout here would be nice. I do like sells below this level. You can see support resistance acting as support. This would be a decent level for me to look for that sell-off on gold. Not gold, on Nasdaq, sorry. Testing you there. Let's get NQ up on here. Let's get some levels up on this NQ chart. See if it's quite similar. Yeah, decent structure. Decent structure forming here for some entries on Nasdaq. Yeah, I don't mind this. Yeah, if anybody's wondering where my top 1 accounts are, like I said, I'm still trading them. I've taken a trade and I've taken a win on them this morning. So there's no need for me to trade them. So I'm sticking to combines for today. Well, for the rest of this session. Like I say, you gotta trade with, you gotta be smart when you're trading, guys. You gotta be smart. Anybody else want me to look at any other pairs? Anybody want me to have a look at any other pairs that you trade? Let me know. Get it in the comments. Also, if you haven't already, like I said, there's 55% off on top 1 accounts still. Okay, whilst it's on, it might be a good time to get an account. If anybody's got any questions regarding top 1, or any rules that you don't understand, or anything at all, just put it in the comments and I'll run over it for you. Okay. Quick look at cryptos, maybe. Yeah, sure. Let's have a look at crypto. Let's have a look at XRP, because I got out at XRP on the 17th. So I took profits in a decent area again on XRP. Literally on the 17th, which was here. So I got out here, which I understood at 3.5 psychological level that price could reverse a little bit. Okay. So if I was going to rebuy now, look how much I've actually made on XRP. 17% since. 17% since I sold. Okay. So yeah, I think crypto is, you know, in a good area for me personally to start accumulating again. But I'm just going to give it a little bit of time. I'm in no rush. There's some levels below on some of these pairs that I think it could push into first. You know, some of these lows down here. But like I say, it's not on my... XRP's on a mad one. And, you know, if I can catch another pullback, that would be perfect. If I can catch a little pullback again. Check oil. Yeah, we can have a look at oil. Crude. Wow, look at crude. Look at the daily. That is a decent pullback on the daily on crude oil. Something that I'd be interested in is if price can come and take out this trend line here. What's the 4 hour look like? Yeah, look at that 4 hour pushing down and down. I personally think crude oil's got a good chance of coming into these lows down here. If anything, a bit more of a pullback to the downside, take out these lows, and then potentially a push higher. This is just a 4 hour time frame analysis. But yeah, there's a lot of liquidity sitting below this trend line. I think it could have a little spike lower. Obviously, stall a little bit and then continue its push. But just looking at the daily and look at the prior week as well. Last week closed with a big wick. So it could come and grab liquidity and then start pushing higher again. You know, this could just be a bottom wick for it to push higher. Keeping my eye on Nasdaq, by the way, guys. Keep my eye on Nasdaq. I want to see if your thoughts align. Oh, BTC. Yeah, I'll have a look at BTC. Quickly. Yeah, Bitcoin's having a decent little pullback as well. If anything on Bitcoin, a little pullback into this structure here at like 109. You know, you need to understand that crypto as well as Bitcoin, it reacts from levels really well. And you can see after this push up to the upside, it's just consolidated. No real direction. So if anything, pullback, accumulation, and then continuation, potentially. But I don't really invest in Bitcoin. So like I said, I'm probably not the guy to ask about it. Yeah, this pullback on gold's nice as well. This pullback on gold's very nice. What I'm waiting for on gold, pullback, and then I can look for some more longs or some more shorts depending on where it breaks. Keep my eye on Nasdaq. Keep my eye on Nasdaq for now though. One sec, everyone. Oh, welcome to August, by the way. Welcome to August. Expect a little bit of a range in August, guys. Expect a lot of rangey markets like this. You know, like gold here. It ranged for basically all of Monday and broke out 12 o'clock pre-US. Expect it, okay? Expect it. XRP 2.61. If it does, nice. If it does. I'm not against that at all. The more it pulls back, the better. I get in at better prices again. NQ's pushing. Yeah, NQ's having a little push here. Yeah, I might take some little scalps today on this combine. Just for a little bit of... You know, it's only a combine. If I see something that's like, looks good, I'll take it, for sure. Like I said, I don't go off plan, 100%. I'll stick to the plan, but if I see something like a little half-risk trade, I'll take it. See if I can get some more gains on this combine, or these combines, should I say. Gold, I need gold to come back a little bit more. Just pull back a little bit, and then I can look to trade, say here. Um, 22,966 liquidity. Let's have a look. 22,966 on the FX chart. Let's have a look. 22,966. Oh, yeah. There's liquidity sitting up there for sure. Yeah, these highs. Yeah, I think price can have a little run if it breaks above this level. For sure. Pull back to where did you say on gold? Missed that. Basically, I just need a pullback on gold. I need a pullback. I'm not just going to look to enter as soon as it pulls back. No. I'm going to wait for the pullback and then a range. Once it ranges, then I can start looking for entries. Because gold is one thing having a pullback, which is good. But you can't just enter based off a pullback because there's no direction. Gold just could continue dropping. You know, if you get a pullback and then you start looking to enter here, gold could just do this. And you've tried entering long on a pullback and it's just broke below. I'll wait for the pullback, let it range. After I get the direction, then I'll look to trade either direction. FX chart, yeah, FX chart is what I use as well for Nasdaq. Could be nice if it breaks above. I might just take a little... If it gets above on this 30, I might just take a little entry long. Yeah, I might take a little entry long. Just on a combine. Like I say, it's only on I'm only combine trading now because I've taken money on my FX accounts. I don't need to risk. On my instant accounts, I don't need to risk on them accounts. I can just stick to the combine if I can, you know, maybe even take a win. Be nice. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, that's why I can really only trade NQ for now. Until gold pulls back, I can't really trade gold. Once it pulls back, then I can start looking to trade gold again. Protect fast, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I've made decent gains today. I've made good gains on my instant accounts. Very, very happy. You'd have seen the profit in the free Telegram. Yeah, probably buys into up here. Yeah, buys into this structure here. If it breaks above, yeah, if it breaks above this range. Like I say, I'm only combine trading here. 30-minute could be nice too. Yeah, 30-minute closure above this level. I'll look to buy into these highs. I'll have my stops quite big as well because I'm using combines. What's up, man? Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, I did. Thanks, Harry. How was yours, bro? Hope you did too. Good to see you here again, mate. Yeah, I'm currently just playing this range here. Playing this range. If it breaks above, I'll look to buy into this. It's basically just a level-to-level entry. Level-to-level entry. I saw, bro, nice play. Yeah, the play this morning was very nice. That was just a half risk. That was just a half risk entry this morning. Based off the level rejection. It was basically just a 30-minute level rejection play. Up into that 40 ticks. Very clean. This pullback's good. This is exactly what I wanted to see on gold. And this on Nasdaq could be nice if it closes in 2 minutes. I'll just look to play a level to level here. I'm just going to maybe just do one contract on the closure. What do you mean combine? Combines are just top step challenges. Instant accounts are like where you get the account instantly. Combines are just challenges. So I'm a bit more like risky on them. I use more risk. I'll enter maybe a little bit higher risk. Just because I can buy them again if I fail. It doesn't matter to me. Like $100, $200. I can just, if I fail them, I'll just buy another. On a 50k micros, 5 to 10 micros is fine. But I use more. But it doesn't matter. It depends what like you've got. I mean, if you're on your first account, that's fine. 5 to 10 is fine. Okay, 30's closing in 45 minutes here. 30 closes bullish. I'm just going to look to play level to level here on Nasdaq. Gold's pulling back, which is nice. Look at that entry on gold, by the way. 170 tick entry. Just based off that level rejection. See how it closes. See how this new candle opens? I'm going to look for this play higher. So basically, I'm just going to be looking for some longs on Nasdaq. Obviously, because I'm on a combine, I can actually afford to use a bigger stop loss. But yeah, I'm looking for this range to fill. I'm just basically looking for that range to fill. This is just like an impulse entry range fill. See, that's the thing with Nasdaq. It just pushes me out here. Bugger. Bugger, bugger. I wanted that. Oh, Nasdaq. What are you doing to me? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I'd have to, like I say, if I were in this now, I'd be managing like at the low of the candle. Yeah, there wasn't much of a bottom wick. No, there wasn't. It was a hard catch. I'd be looking to trade it into them highs anyway. It's just this is basically just a range to range play after the breakout. It's clean. It's valid. If you took it, it's valid. I just couldn't get on in time. It's unfortunate. It's still got more range to push though. You know, it's got. I think it can push into 23.089, and then further. Yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them. Because it's a combine, I could have just market executed, but that's just not what I do. It's one of them. Just gotta see what it does. Let's go. I just think 50 pips from sell earlier took nice. Yeah, nice. Good stuff. Aspin, good work, bro. Looks ready. Yeah, it does. How you work out ticks for NAS? It's just half of what gold is. So, for example, this here is like 60. Okay, so if I was using, say, one contract on gold, I'd be using 5 macros on Nasdaq because it's like double, if that makes sense. But the thing is with Nasdaq, oh, look at gold now. This is very nice on gold. This pullback is exactly what I wanted. What did I say before? Anybody who's looking to long up here, look at that. Big drawdown. Anybody trying to catch longs up here, big drawdown. Catch longs here, big drawdown. Catch longs here, big drawdown. Okay. Yeah, Nas could create more of a bottom wick. But we'll see. We'll see. I'd have managed this at break even anyway. I mean, if this 15 can close back within this range, if the 15 can close back within this range, I'll take some half risk sells. Gold just needs to range now. Gold needs to range. TP smash, nice. Good stuff, bro. Joe, any plans on changing your... No, mate. See, that's the thing with Nasdaq there. It hasn't really given me the bottom wick to enter. If it gave me like an extra 15, 20 seconds, I'd have got in on that. Yeah, if I got an extra 15 to 20 seconds, I'd look for the longs. That'd have been nice. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, 30. Yeah, if anything on Nasdaq now, I just need to wait for the 15 to close. If it closes bearish, then I can take some sells. With gold now, it's starting to create some support, which is good. I just need to see where it creates that resistance. Something like this. It's a strange question. I'll let you know, bro. I'll let you know. I entered NAS. I keep doing the same mistake and being too fast. all good. You'll get that. It's good that you're executing what you see. It's good that you're executing a breakout. It's good that. That's not a bad thing. But with time, you'll get happier. You'll get happier and you'll get better with actually waiting and being more patient. That just comes with time. The main thing is to execute. The main thing is to execute what you see. Execute what you think is correct. And you'll learn from that over time. Okay? The worst thing that you can do is be too hesitant. Always too hesitant, because you're not going to take trades and you're not going to learn from the mistakes. So it's one thing, you know, not taking positions because you're too scared. Okay? There's one thing, not executing, because that's not good. If you're not executing any positions, well, you're not going to learn from any mistakes. But another thing is, you know, obviously you have to execute the plan. You know, you don't want to be just taking random trades because you want to learn. That makes no sense. If Joe got some texture powder, guys, I'm only trading. I'm not going to a beauty contest. Cheers, though. I'll use that. I'll use that tomorrow. I've actually got some. Can't comment, I've got no hair. It happens to most people, mate. Okay, 5 minute could confirm here. 5 minute could confirm. I'm going to watch this 5 minute. If it closes bullish, I'm going to take some longs on Nasdaq. Some dreads, yes. Insane idea. Apparently, it's super itchy, though. Anybody who's got dreadlocks, isn't having dreadlocks, like, super itchy? Like, for, like, the first couple of months that you have them? I just couldn't be doing with that. I couldn't be doing with it. Even though they look sick, I couldn't be doing with it. Yeah, I'm going to wait for this 5 minute. Bottom wick, flip higher, okay? I'm going to look for some buys. I might just take a little instant execution on buys, because I think it could push higher into this level. I only had my hair cut, like, 3 days ago. I can't be going back now saying dreadlocks. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a buy in a second on Nasdaq, and I'm just gonna try and play it into these highs up here, really. I think the itch. No, it's nothing to do with not washing your hair. It's something to do with that they're so tight. Like if you pull your hair and pull your hair for like, I don't know, a couple of minutes, it will start to itch. I think that's the reason. It's because like the dreadlocks are so tight. And that would just super annoy me. Like I couldn't be concentrating on the charts. I'll tell you that for sure. I don't know about you lot, but I couldn't. Da 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 da. Ba ba ba. What are you doing to me? What's the 30? See, I'm trying to execute some positions here, but they're not giving me the strongest clauses. You go to Turkey on your next payout? Nice. Oh, I understand, for the hair. Nice. Beautiful. Yeah, if you want to save up for that, man, nothing wrong with that. What's it saying? What a short cold, haha. Yeah, man. What, on gold do you mean? I just need gold to range here now. I'm just waiting for a range here on gold. Da-da-dun-dun. Yeah, I'd like to try and take some longs on Nasdaq. That's my preferred entry, is Nasdaq longs. Whether it's on the hourly or whether it's on the 30 closure, that's what I'm looking to take out. 4 more likes to 20. Yeah, Deegs, nice one, bro. Yeah, guys, if you've not already dropped a like, we've got 42 people tuning in now. Drop a like. And if you're new to the stream, subscribe, put notifications on. I'm just going to get some water really quickly. And yeah, I'll be back in 2 minutes. All right. Da-da-da-da. Unfortunately, there was no following your strategy behind that. Unfortunately, it was downside. Yeah, there was nothing to the actual strategy to take me on sells. But Nasdaq, I might take some sells in a minute. With gold here, there's nothing to my strategy to enter sells. That's the thing. Like, you need to accept that. Okay, you need to accept that. Not every time you're going to see a move that sets up to the plan. You just got to move on from that. What will set up for me is if this Nasdaq 15-minute closes like this after taking these highs. I'm going to take some sells based off this closure. It'll be a half risk sell. And I'll just take it down into this level or this range. See how it closes anyway. That's something that you need to be disciplined on. Like, you're going to see moves. You're going to see so many moves up and down in the market. You'll have pushes higher. You'll have pushes lower. What's important the most is waiting for your plan to set up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, then perfect. Yeah, I'm waiting for half risk too. Gonna close in 30 seconds here. Yeah, this could be a decent little pullback on Nas. I do like some sells here. It's just gonna be a half risk entry, really. Michael, we good, bro? Yeah, how's it going, mate? So all I'm really looking for is a top wick here on Nasdaq. I don't want it to just come and push down instantly. That's not what I want, like this. I hope it's not one of them weeks that sets up many entries, but just doesn't give you the valid entry to take it. The execution. Guys, complete beginner here. Is it possible to start with a very low budget? Yeah, for sure, mate. There's plenty of ways to, like I say, you can join communities that you pay for. You can look at stuff online that's free. Like I say, it will take you longer at looking at different things because you're not sticking to one thing. You'll be looking at all different strategies if you're doing it, you know, going on YouTube and stuff. But you can definitely start learning to trade on a very low budget until you start getting a little bit of consistency and actually build a plan and a strategy, for sure. You know, something that you don't need to do is instantly start putting money in and trading. That's something that you shouldn't do. Okay? That doesn't make sense. Gonna wait for the 30 now? Yeah, let's see how the 30 closes. 30 could be nice. Still. If not, and it closes back above, I'll look for buys into them highs I've mentioned. You know, if this 15 can get back above this range, I'll just take buys. Gold 30 as well. Look at the gold 30 in this range. See, there's a lot of setting up here. There's a lot of potential here. Yeah, there's a lot of potential setting up on gold and Nasdaq. That's the thing, like, I can be open to sells, that's fine, but if, you know, if the candle starts closing back bullish, I'll just look for buys. Same with gold. You know, same with gold now. You know, gold looks bearish, but it's reacted from this level, closing bullish, taking liquidity. It's got new highs to trade into now. So if it does close bullish, I can then look for buys. Okay? Absi, you can look at my channel. I've got some breakdowns and some stuff on there, like day in the lives. I've got shorts as well that you can watch. Feel free to look through them. Okay, Matt. Is closing nice. 11 minutes till the 30. There could be an entry on gold. Same with Nasdaq. Could be entry. Could definitely be looking to enter a position here. I might take a little sell stop here. I'm going to put a little sell stop in here on Nasdaq. Just if it re-breaks its law. Just for a half risk sell. Just to try and continue this play down. It could definitely not work out. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it on micros. Just to see if it's just 5 micros, just to see. Like, I'm not bothered if it doesn't play out. I don't care. If it doesn't play out, all good. I'll just look for buys then. Okay. So if this smashes stop loss, I really couldn't care less. This is basically just a little bit of an interest trade, because if it does close bullish, then I'll look for the buys then. Partials have been hit. Just going to trail that stop a little bit. If this reflips bullish, then I don't want to be in this trade anyway. Will I be doing more day in the life videos? Yeah, I will. Yeah, definitely. Not yet. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe in like October, November. Yeah. I've got some more video ideas that I want to do first, like educational videos. That's the main goal for me. If this 15 closes bullish, it's fine. Like I said, I've already taken partials. I'm on low risk here, like $50. It's absolutely nothing. I'm just going to see how it closes. What is gold doing? Yeah, gold's closing bullish as well. I could be looking for some buys on gold. Let me just put that up to them highs. The thing why I use less risk on Nasdaq as well is because it were very close to this level. Very close to this level. I'm more interested in gold, to be fair. This 30 on gold's looking very nice. Some half risk buys. But yeah, the next YouTube sort of videos that I'm going to be looking to do are more like educational videos, like, you know, why sticking to 1 to 2 trades is important, what to do when, you know, you've had a big push in either direction. Just little gems, nothing too in-depth to the strategy. Like, not the full strategy is going to be on YouTube, but just like little gems that, you know, people need to know. Yeah, this is probably going to hit stops, to be fair. But if this closes bullish, and it actually does hit my stop loss, I'm going to be looking for the buys on Nasdaq, as well as gold. Gold could give some nice buys. By the way, guys, these are just combines. I've already taken a good win today, so I'm just using combines for now. I took like $1,800 this morning on a gold trade. So, like, yeah, I'm only risking like $50 here, which is absolutely nothing. Especially on combines, it doesn't really matter to me. Can be a bit more lenient with my entries. Taken out. Fair enough. I'm just holding this at very, very low risk. I'm going to get out in a second myself. Probably going to hit stop loss anyway. See how this 15 closes. The thing why I use very low risk on this trade is because I knew this level could hold. And I knew this level's the area where it's going to trap. If I got a nice strong close through this level, it'd be a lot better for me to try and actually hold this down, you know, into some of these lows. So I just really need to let this 15 play out a little bit. Same break even. Yeah, it's not a bad break even. I'm just going to see how this 15 closes. If it closes bullish, I'll cut it. If it continues and breaks below this sort of range here, I'd be happy to hold it. It's a big one. This is a big one. This 15. I was in a buy, but had the stop loss of the wick on the earlier. Oh, okay, I understand. You're in buys here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still letting this play out a little bit. I'll be back, guys. Watch this trade if you want. I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. Okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, we're back. We're back. Yeah, this isn't looking the best. I'm gonna cut this. I think it's gonna push higher. I'm gonna cut this where it is here, for like $50 loss. Right, I'm out there, negative 50. I give it enough time. I can't be bothered messing about with this. Wow, look at that. Look at that liquidity grab. That's a great closure. Look, what is that? Look at the 1 second chart. Bang, liquidity got taken. Close that in record time. On the dot. Yeah, I'm not bothered. I'm using, like I say, it was very low risk. So I'm not really bothered about entering the trade there. Half risk. Well, not even half risk. Negative 50 is nothing. Dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 dun, dun. Yeah, so we've got the 30 closure in 3 minutes. 30 closure in 3 minutes. And then that'll be the next play. Go. Nasdaq's not looking super clean anymore. If anything, I can only take sells based off the 30 closure. That's all I can really do right now. Yeah, all I can really do is take sells based on the 30 closure. If it closes bearish, that is. Dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 da. What's the hourly? 30, yeah. And like I say, 30 closes bullish. Even if the 15 closes bullish here, I'd be happy to take longs on the 15. Because there's still liquidity to take up here. There's still liquidity to take higher. So I'd be happy to take some more longs. If it closes bullish, that is. It depends how it closes. That's the thing, like, it depends how it closes. Gold, if it closes bullish, I'd rather take gold based on where the liquidity's sitting. Like 30, 40 ticks into them highs isn't bad. So I'm just going to wait, see which one sets up, which one gives me the better bottom wick and flip, and then I'll enter that trade. But it looks like gold, to be fair. Let me get the GC chart up here. $70 ticks there, down to them lows. 30 gold's looking good. Yeah, it is. 30 gold's looking nice. It's taken liquidity. It's rejecting this level that we had at prior resistance and support. You know, even if I just take a little buy into that level, I can grab like 25, 30 ticks there. That's fine for me to take. Cheers for lights, guys. Can we smash 20 likes, everyone? Can we smash 20 likes? We're currently on 19 now. If we can crush 20, I appreciate it. Yeah, 15 closure here. We've also got the 4-hour closure as well. So I'll be looking for a deep bottom wick. And I'll be looking for this to continue higher. 4-hourly's bullish. Daily's now pushing bullish. There's structure up here to trade into. There's levels and highs and structure to trade into up here. Everything's lining up for a nice long based off the 30-minute closure. So that's what I'm going to be interested in taking. Yeah, 4-hour closure in 20 seconds. I do think, like I say, if the 4 hour is going to push down, it needs to go and take liquidity anyway. So I'd expect it to push up before pushing down. All I'm going to do is try and catch that little push higher. If it can give me a wick. What's the Nasdaq doing? Nasdaq didn't close bad at all, really. But I like gold. I like gold better. Like I say, it's the 4-hour open, so I just need to give it a little bit of time. Don't push without me, Goldie. What would that wick have been? Like 10 ticks? Not bad. Yeah, it'd been like 25 ticks there. Not bad. Doesn't matter, I'm just going to wait still. What's the Nasdaq saying? Still like that liquidity above there. Might take some Nasdaq longs. If that flips, that should be a nice push higher then. Yeah, I'm gonna put a Nasdaq buy in again. I'm going to put it on NQ and I'm going to use... Ooh, I'm going to use maybe like 2 contracts here. I'll keep my stop loss tight below these lows. This is a bit of a risky entry. I'm just using the targets to the left a bit more. And basically first targets will be these highs here. So they are quite close. But we'll see. Like I said, I've got no expectations. This will probably be my last trade as well. What's gold doing? Yeah, gold's pushing. The half risk on gold played out. Alright, first take profit's been hit on Nasdaq anyway. I don't really want to go break even here. It doesn't make sense. It's only a combine, so I'll see if it wants to push higher. I'll go break even later. But it has hit them highs. It could reverse here on Nasdaq. You know, it's coming into these highs to the left. It could reverse here. I'm leaving it open because it's a combine trade. But yeah, that sort of first high has been taken. This is like where it could reverse and start pushing down. So I do expect that. Don't expect this to just be straightforward push to the upside. It hasn't even taken the FX highs though. Based on, you know, that hourly closure, I'd expect it to go and tap more highs before it pushed down anyway. You know, these highs up here. Oh. These highs up here. Yeah, I'll put my stop at like negative 155. Wow, look at Goldie. Absolutely flying. Obviously, gold flies when Nasdaq's the one that takes you out. Class. Why are you on a combine? Because I've taken 1.8k, well, 3.6k already today. So I'm just on combines until then. Yeah, I've already taken a big win this morning based off this hourly entry here. Yeah, I'm basically just trading the combines. I took this long here for like 40 ticks this morning on my instant accounts. So I'm just trading combines. I really wanted this long here. But I took Nasdaq. Look at Nasdaq pushing now. Great stuff. I mean, if you're still in Nasdaq, you'd obviously be managing now. Gold made 200. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. I got in on this long here. And it just wicked me out. Cheers, Goldie. Yeah, it was clean. It was a clean entry. It just wicked me out before pushing. Could have made my stop loss bigger, to be fair. I'd definitely be managing this now, though. I think this is going to have a nice push. Into them highs, it's a very nice trade. Either one of them trades have worked out. But it's only combines, so it doesn't bother me. I didn't blow... No, I didn't blow... Don't worry, I didn't blow the accounts. It's just because I've taken wins on my instant accounts already. I've posted the profits in the... Guys, go to the free Telegram. I've posted the profits there. Wowee. Proper going. Them fake accounts are proper going for it now, aren't they? Yeah, that's annoying. Annoying Nasdaq there. Oh, yeah, if you got the gold long, beautiful work. Beautiful work. That's what I really wanted, to be fair. I wanted that trade. Taking them highs anyway. And that push, how many ticks is that? Like 30 ticks? 40 ticks? Can't complain with that. Tell you what I can complain with, Nasdaq. So not clean at all. Yeah, it swept them highs nicely. I wanted... Them longs were clean. I should really still be in this trade, to be fair. I should really still be in this. But, hey-ho. Not seen a single valid impulse. No, there's not been many impulses. It's been more half risk. If anything, half risk entry here, which a lot of the members have just taken and profited. Nice 45 ticks. Or the trade that I took this morning here. That was a nice trade there. You know, 50 ticks. So there's been some good entries today. Nasdaq's just not been super clean. Yeah, it's a bit messy here, to be fair. A bit messy. But, like I say, guys, it's super important to understand. Like, this account here is $3,000 in profit. Okay? $3,000 in profit. These are only combines. If you've got instant or live expresses, whatever, and you've made good money like I did this morning here, I've already made very, very good money today. I've made a good gain. Do I want to give that back? No. So I'm just going to go and stick to trading these combine accounts. I can be a little bit more riskier. I can take a few more entries that might be a little bit more risky, like this long that I just took now. It doesn't matter. I've made money on my accounts that matter. And I'm going to trade these combines until tomorrow. And then I'll go back onto my expresses and I'll go back onto my instant accounts tomorrow. Okay, okay. Typical PA, yeah. It's ranged. It's had some decent breakouts, to be fair. Yeah, look at Nas. Bugger. Little bugger. But it's all about preserving capital and getting your win on your main accounts. And then if you want to go and trade combines like this, go and build them too. Okay? If I was on expresses now, would I have taken these trades here? Probably not. I probably wouldn't have taken them. Because I'm trading combines, like I say, I can be a little bit more risky. If that makes sense. I probably wouldn't have taken this trade here on an express because I just don't like how messy it is here to the left. I don't like how close the targets are. But, you know, you can... When you're up so much, you can afford to be a little bit more like that. Let's have a look at GC. Let's have a look at gold again. See what gold's doing. Wow. Oh, God. Gold could break out nicely, to be fair here. Decent little range that it's breaking out of. Is there any sort of targets, though, to take out? Let's have a look. Yeah, there's some highs up here and some range to the left. So I'll see if it wants to push into that sort of range. Hourly breakout. Yeah, hourly could break out here. But you got to be patient with these bigger ranges, to be honest. Got to stay patient with these bigger ranges. Do you like the 15 claws on impulse on gold? Yes, I do, Nate. I do. It's more of a 30-minute. It'll be a 30-minute entry. It depends how it closes as well. There's not much to target other than these highs and these highs. So you just have to wait to see how it closes. If it closes nice, then I'll be looking for some longs potentially. Look at that. I should have had my stops on these lows, really. trying to play it into that range. But whatever. It'd have been good to keep it in profit on stream. Da, 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 da. How's everyone's day been today? Put it in the chat. How's your day been? Good, break even, down. Let's see how your day's been, guys. Let's see what ES is doing. Let's have a look at another pair. Nasdaq. S&P. Yeah, I like buys above there. Buys above there at 63 or 3. Nice. Yeah, look at that now. NQ's hitting targets. Obviously. What a guy. Yep, targets hit on Nasdaq. I'd be closing out around here anyway. If I were in this position, I'd be closing out. It'd be like $300, $400 profit there. I'd have closed out. Once it hit the target here, I'd have closed out. Or I'd have taken out half of what I had in. And I'd be letting the rest run. If anybody's still in gold and Nasdaq, I mean, nice work. I mean, if you're in gold, all that profit's been taken, as we mentioned. From there into them highs, 40, 50 ticks. Very nice stuff. It would have been good to have been a London streamer and taken that London long with everyone. That'd have been very nice. Is it best to just take impulse entries? Yeah, possibly. It depends. Like, I personally take every entry in the playbook. Because, like I say, if you've got like a 1 to 2 hour session, you don't need to stick to just one entry. You can trade them because they're all profitable, proven systems. Okay? So I personally, stick to 1 to 2 hours per session and trade the playbook based on what I see. Okay? And most of the time, it's impulse entries that just show up and impulse entries that just play out. But sometimes, half race confirmation will show, and I'll take it. It's whatever shows up in the session. Okay. So like if I see a half-ish trade, I'll just execute it if it's within my session. Like not everyone's going to have the same sessions, therefore not everyone's going to see the same entries, okay? See, them highs are getting taken now, it's annoying. Bro. 99.66. I don't know. Let's have a look, bro. 99.66. Yeah, it's just that liquidity, mate. It's just that liquidity. That high's been liquidated. Done. It's just a liquidity grab, bro. It's literally as simple as that. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated. It's literally just a liquidity grab of this high. That's it. It's take anyone who, that's why I was looking to long here. I was looking to long down here because anybody shorting will have the stops on them highs. They've just been taken out or they've just been liquidated. Okay? Liquidated out of the market. It's just unlucky that it tagged me out before pushing into that TP. Yeah. Was waiting on that one, yeah. I like I said, I knew where the targets were. I knew it were going to go and take it. It's just the fact that when it was It's just chopping about. Look at the 5 minutes. Super, super choppy. Look at the candles wicking up and down. It's hard work to actually catch something. Look at gold as well. Gold's just pushing. One sec, guys. Let me just do something. There we go. Right, one sec. I'm just showing you these. There we go. We're back on. Top one. Just to show everybody the crack. 156k up. Okay, 156,000 up on these accounts. Two accounts that are getting linked here. The other one's up like an extra $1,000. But yeah, decent profit on this account today. On these two accounts. So 1.7k times 2. And the entry was basically just a long trade here. Okay, it was just a trade like so. Stopped on the lows, looking for this play higher. Bang, that was the trade. Nice entry. So yeah. Yeah, like I say, it's just a liquidity grab. Keep it simple. It's a liquidity grab. High that gets taken. A clear high that gets taken is just a liquidity grab. Simple as that. I just call it a liquidity grab. You can call it what you want. It's fine. You can call it inducement. You can call it a high being taken. I just call them all liquidity grabs. Everyone's got different words, remember? Everyone's got different entries, different playbook, different words for stuff. Possibly, it sounds something like ICT, but we don't know. Da-da-da-da. Should have used that. Should have been a big. I should have had a big stop loss on this. I'd have been kept in. Nice stop loss down here. Looking for this play higher. That'd have been nice. Something like this. I think, like I said, I think Nasdaq can still continue to push higher. I still think it can push higher. Might just make our own. I'm still in Nas. Nice, Natalie. Yeah, if I was in Nasdaq still, if I was in this Nasdaq from the call out from earlier, I'd personally be looking to manage this at break even. Yeah, I'd be managing this at break even and letting the rest run. Yeah. There's no need to not manage here just because it's coming into highs where it could reverse. Just makes up my own names and create my new strategy. Nice one, Deegs. Like I say, you can do that. That's absolutely fine. Like, guys, you need to understand that these concepts, they're not my concepts. I didn't make these concepts up. You know, liquidity grabs. I think a lot of people trade liquidity. You know, ranges. So many people trade ranges. Levels. So many people trade levels. But it's how you approach the market with them concepts that makes a plan to you. Okay, so you can trade EMAs and millions of people will trade EMAs. But if you have you'll have a different approach to them. You'll have a different sort of strategy to use them EMAs that works for you and is profitable for you. That is what matters. Okay? You might use levels. You might use breakouts. Hundreds and thousands of people and millions of people use breakouts and ranges. So many people. But it's how you trade them and the plan you trade with them concepts that makes it to you. Okay? So like, yeah, I use breakouts, I use liquidity, I use levels but I've got a plan that works for me. Someone else might trade levels similar, but they'll have a plan that works for them. They'll have a different approach to the market. That is what matters, okay? That is what matters. People will trade liquidity. They might call it something else, like me. Like someone might call it a liquidity grab. Someone might call it inducement. It doesn't matter. They're trading the same concept. It's just different to them, to their plan. Okay, what keeps them profitable. All right. Yeah, but look at this. Big push higher. Oh, come on, top one. Signing me out. It's because I'm logged in on my laptop. Yeah, so I'm like 70% of the way there on this account now, on these two accounts. So I don't need to rush and trade these today. That's why I'm on combines. For those who are wondering why I'm trading combines, it's because I've made like 3.6k on these two accounts today. And yeah, we'll see. I'll tell you what, if you're still in Nasdaq, nice work. If you're still in that Nasdaq long that we mentioned before, I would definitely be managing. Definitely be managing. Look at Goldie. That trade on gold today. What an entry. What do you mean 70% of the way there? Well, basically, you need 9,000 to get a payout on the instant accounts, Rav. So, 6,000 on the way to 9k. I need another 3,000, so I'm like 66%, 70% of the way there on these two accounts. So that's why, like I say, I can't trade these accounts. That's why I'm on combines, because the max I can make is 1,800 on these accounts in a day. And I've already made that. So that's why I'm on combines. I can't trade them for one. And number two, there's no need to. When I've made that money, I really don't need to. It's very, very good money for the day. Yeah, instant account. So when I get to 9k, I can take like 3,500 from each account. So I'll be able to take like 7k on these two accounts. We'll see anyway. Like I say, I'm 6k up. You know, I could be 3k up next week because I take a couple of losses. I don't know. But all I'll do is just trade the plan and stick to the plan and let the plan play out. Okay? It's all I need to do. It's all I will do. What is gold doing? Yeah, gold's just pushing higher here. Gold is just pushing it. Got you, thanks, mate. Yeah, all good, thank. All good, Rav. No worries, bro. Like, the thing I like about these instant accounts is... Yeah, beautiful. Good stuff, Nate. If you've hit TP. The thing I like about these instant accounts is that I don't need to take challenges and I don't need to pay activation fees. Like, if you put, guys, if you put exclamation mark top one in the... If you put exclamation mark top one in the comments, you'll be able to get 55% off with JTC code, and that's the link to buy the account. Okay? And you don't need activation fees. That's why I like the instant accounts. It's as simple as that, really. And then I'll just execute trades based to the plan. $1,800 a day. Not too bad. But I just, like I say, I just use these instant accounts as a business, you know. Get 2 or 3 of them at a time. Try and get to the 9k profit and then take a payout. Rinse and repeat. Oh, you didn't take it. Yeah, me too. I didn't. TP's been smashed though, hasn't it? Yeah, I took NQ trade. I took NQ, which it's actually pushing now. But it got me. Look at that. Direction was perfect. Just wicked me out. But I'm happy with the gold trade anyway. I'm happy with the gold trade this morning. How's everyone's day been? Guys, how's everyone's day been today? Profit, loss, break even. Let me know. Same day? No, Rav, there isn't, mate. You've got to trade like 10 trading days before a payout. No, I think you're on about like if you request a payout, will you get paid out? You'll get paid out on the same day as you request the payout. I think that's what you mean. Yeah, that's probably what you mean, mate. If you take a payout, say if I was ready for a payout tomorrow and I got to the profit target, then yeah. Took nothing, wanted a half risk, but it flipped too quick. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Like I say, I've messed about a little bit on the combines, I will say that. I wouldn't, like I say, if I was trading expresses or these instant accounts and I was tradeless for the day, I wouldn't have probably taken any trades. But like I say, it's good for YouTube. It's good to execute some trades together, manage some trades, little bit of execution. 2 trades, 2 wins, 40 pips and 20 pips half risk entry. Beautiful, Paddy. That's what we like to see, bro. That's what we like to see. Wins, wins, wins. Yeah, I'm gonna say 1 win, 1 loss. I took beautiful entry here on gold this morning. That made me a good 3.6k, and then on a combine I lost like $100. So way up today. Way up today. See what the rest of the day brings. See what the rest of the day brings. And guys, if you're on instant accounts, or if you're on express accounts, or if you're on personal accounts, and you've had a great, say, London session, just get a combine and trade a combine. Just get a combine and trade a combine, like me. You know, I made great gains on my instant accounts that I'm focused on right now. Okay? Doesn't matter. Get a combine, I'll just trade the combine. Whatever happens, happens. Like, it's only a combine. It's like $100. Anything on gold? No. I'm going to head off in a second and let gold do its thing. Yeah, there's a bit of patience now on gold. Minus $23, Natalie. Did you not take longs? If you took long, you should be in some nice profit there. Yeah, them longs were nice. I would have taken TP now. I would have taken my TP now. But yeah, it's been a great day overall. It's August and it's Monday, and we're like 3.6k up. $3,600 up across 2 accounts. Can't complain. Can't complain. Do you mean minus $23 for the day, Natalie? Yeah, look at... See, that's annoying. Look at Nasdaq now. Pushing. Someone asked about S&P before. Let's have a look at S&P. Someone was asking about the S&P 500. If I was looking to trade the S&P, I'd be watching for a break above here. I mean, if it give me a break above here, that would be nice. Ranges to sell below would be this level here. Simple as that. Simple as that. Very clean range here to trade. Very clean range here to trade. Did that take lows as well? Yeah, it did. If that's taken lows and it breaks above, I'll be looking for buys. Yeah, look at that. Wouldn't you be looking to sell gold soon? No. The only way I would sell gold is if it pulled back and ranged and break below a level. So on gold, if it did something like this, created some support, and created me a level like this, I would then look to sell if it broke below that range. Because that would tell me that the market is shifting to sells based on the breakout to the downside. It's telling me that gold wants to push into liquidity below. I would only look to sell if it did that. Because then I'd have a range to buy above as well. And then if it broke above the range, I'd be looking to buy. Simple as that. Okay. But this this sort of entry here, I mean the 15, yeah, nice entry that. 5 minute confirmed as well. 5 minute actually confirmed there. Nice work. But guys, I'm gonna head off anyway. I've been on for about an hour and 40 minutes. Nothing's gonna set up for probably like another 30-40 minutes here. I'm gonna be waiting for a pullback on gold, and I'm gonna let Nasdaq create me a new range. If you did take the Nasdaq trade with me, you'd have smashed profits now. A bit unlucky on Nasdaq to be fair, but I only took it on a combine, so what? But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's been a great day. Like I say, we're up big profit on gold from this morning. London session longs. But I'm going to head off, guys. Been on for an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes. I'll be back on tomorrow. Anybody in the Discord community mentorship, I'll see you in the chats now. If you're not in the Discord community, guys, all good. Drop a subscribe, put notifications on, and I will see you tomorrow on YouTube Live, trading live, same time, okay? We're back on tomorrow. So yeah. Trade safe, everyone. Enjoy your day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.